Okay, so this serves as a review for your project and then a little bit of final steps. So you have all the access to the videos on your opening slide and your clip art slide that you've been making. So I'm going to start thumbing through my slides. I'm going to put it in slideshow mode. Okay. And you will see this glitching because you have so many slides. Transition to night. Transition back to day. And that was what I created so far. So definitely didn't tell the whole story, but you can see I've got it started. I've already got 35 slides just with the opening scene from my fable, and I'm doing the shorter fable. Minimum is 50 slides. You probably have well over that if you are sticking to the story. I only created the first scene where the original Al is sleeping, and then he goes hunting at night for bugs and beetles and frogs. I have him capture one so you can be a little bit creative and you create dialogue. Even if they aren't talking in your story, I added, because it said he looked for beetles and bugs and frogs, I had the owl calling out to beetles, bugs, and frogs, and he flies, and I have him swoop down and get one. And then I have it change. My scene changes because there's another owl that is being talked about that is an old owl sitting in a tree. And that's when the grasshopper is going to come into the story. So I have that started right here. And then I would continue reading the fable and going on. When it comes to the fables, the very last thing that you need to show in the fable is the moral of the story. So you can do it by having a character say it, or you can switch to a solid screen of where the fable comes in, or the moral comes in slowly on one slide. So let's take a look at, I guess I can type in owl and grasshopper. So if I go to the end of my story, they all have one, the fables, that is. The fables all have one right here at the end. So flattery is not proof of true admiration. Don't let flattery throw you off your guard. So you could either have somebody word by word say this at the end of the story, or you could have, if I make a black slide come in, you could have this either slowly roll out, or even this could just be a black slide with this text on it. Black, done. Done. And then I could paste this here. Okay, and you can make this, of course, look much better than I am, but you would then come to this at some point at the end of the fable. Okay, and those, the fables, the fairy tales and the myths will just end how the story ends. And then when you're done, the instructions on slide 1 have you deleting slides 1 and 2. So you're going to delete this instruction slide and you're going to delete the clip art slide before filming your project. And there'll be another section on how to screen record your project and turn it into a movie link. And that's what you'll be submitting to me, is the link of your video. Okay. Any questions? Feel free to ask.